Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome, my friends. So glad you could join me. My name is Wonka, and today we're going to be playing some Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Today I got a little bit of a different episode for you guys than we normally do. Had a little bit of a silly idea, let's be honest. And we're going to give it a whirl, see if you guys enjoy. And if you do, be sure to tickle that like button, leave me a comment down below. Best way to let me know you want to see more of this series or enjoyed my stupid idea, one or the other. But while you're down there, be sure to leave your customization choices, your paint, rims, tire, any other customizations you can think of. And give me some plate ideas too. We need license plate ideas, whether it's jokes, serious plates, whatever you want to do. If you're new here, you haven't already, be sure to subscribe if you're feeling friendly. And without further ado, let's just get into it. I hope you guys enjoy, and I think you will. So welcome everybody to part 3 of the How to Be Popular series. This is a series I did about 3 to 4 years ago. I actually did it on like a completely different old channel. Yeah, it's a few years old, and I thought I would revive the series for you guys though, because, well, for no other apparent reason really than I have no other content to release. As you guys can see in the back there, that's my car there, you know, beautiful Chevy Nomad. It's a classic. Okay, well, I mean, technically, it's me and my dad's car, you know, like, it kind of like, you know, I paid for some of it with my, like, you know, money and my own money, and, you know, we decided on the color together. We kind of went with, like, this teal baby blue, and, like, he wanted the Atlanta rims, but, like, I wanted black rims, so we kind of compromised there together. You know, we share this. It's, totally our car, but, you know, I drive it majority of the time. But yeah, we could just put this away now. It's just, I don't even know why it's here, really. I personally didn't set it up here to, like, show off or anything like that. It happened to be here, when I started recording. It's just how it worked out. Now, as I said, this is the How to Be Popular, and this can go for anything you do in life. I mean, you can be popular in school, at your job. You can even be popular on YouTube. Anything that you can be popular in, you can be popular in, if you just follow these steps that I've shown you. Now, in part 1 and 2, you know, my channel was really old. I probably deleted or privatized it. I really don't think you guys could find it, but, like, that's not what's important here. This is the most important step, and you guys can just, those other steps were just clickbait. All right, guys, don't, I'm going to admit it. I'm one to admit it. You know, I may have only got about maybe 30 views, but that was all because of my intelligent genius clickbait title, okay? Don't you guys forget it. But what's important today is you have to have a car. If you're going to be popular in life, even if you don't have your driver's license, you know, you bring people over to your house, you have it sitting there, you could say, this is my car. If you're a YouTuber, you're vlogging, you could just have it. I mean, I didn't do that. I certainly didn't do this, but, like, you could just have it sitting in the background, you know, plant it there. Sometimes you got to do that just to get views. Not me, obviously, but, you know, we can't all be me, am I right? So as you can see here, I went out with my own money and I got myself a nice Mazda Miata. These things are rear wheel drive. You can drift. These things, you know, you can put the top down. They're convertible. I don't know how to do it. There it is, exactly like that, and boom, you got yourself a convertible. I mean, I can't really think of a cheaper car that you could call yourself a cool kid in. All right, this right here, if you can't get popular in this, you can't get popular. So I guess what your first step really should be is to get your hands on your vehicle of choice. Obviously, if you want to be as popular and on the level of me, you're going to want the Mazda Miata. It is just one of the best cars, you know, pop-up headlights. How could you not want these? Maybe they don't work. They normally don't on these used vehicles, but that's not the point, all right? So you can go to your local auction, barns. I got mine at the auction, junkyards, wherever you can find yourself your starter vehicle. It doesn't have to run. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to go through all those steps here today in 30 minutes or less. 30 minutes or it's free. Not that you paid anything for this episode anyway. So we're going to just move this over to our lifter here, provided by our non-sponsors of Quattro. They didn't sponsor us for this video. We tried to get them to sponsor us, but they didn't really respond to our emails. So guys, all you're going to need to do what we're doing in today's episode is you're going to need some wrenches, a ruler, because you got to keep things nice and precise and straight. You know, the old saying, measure twice, cut once. Even if you're not cutting, even if you're not measuring anything in what you're doing, just bring a ruler so you can follow that rule regardless of the situation. You're going to want some duct tape and, bolts, nuts, those typical things that you might come across and need. Screwdrivers always could come in handy, and any other random tools that, your parents or whoever might have lying around the house. Just bring those along too. We'll see what we get into. So actually, I know I might be lifting the lift up and down. I'm just testing the lift. I 100% know what I'm doing here. You're going to want to come in to the engine bay. First things first, you're going to want to take off this little round cylinder here. You'll find it next to the large tumor-looking thing that comes off the back of the engine. You're just gonna want to take that off. It'll just be 2 nuts, two bolts, 2 screws. Who knew? And just like that. And actually, while you're down there, make sure you don't close the hood like me. That I was showing you what not to do there. I 100% know what I'm doing. You're gonna just come in here and you're gonna take all these out. Yes, I know it's a lot, but once you're quick like me, you'll get them no time at all. And that's all you got to do before you put the car up in the air, and you're gonna get underneath it. All right. Now, this is where you're going to have to be very careful when you're lifting it up. Maybe ask your mom, ask your dad when you're lifting your car up like this, because this is where things can get dangerous. Disclaimer, my channel is not responsible for any deaths or injury caused doing my how-tos. When you come to me, you better expect that, this isn't necessarily professional training. I mean, we're on YouTube. So under the car here, I'm just going to take off a couple more vital components. You're going to want this shaft looking thing. It basically, all it's doing is keeping the car from tacoing. I'm pretty sure that's what Wikipedia told me anyways. So it's just kind of there for stability, not much more. I mean, I would keep it in the car anyways, but it's not really a vital component as far as my understanding. We're going to come in here and take off the tumor-looking thing. Not exactly sure what it does, but you just got to make sure it's off. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for you to do the next step. All right, now that you've bought your car, you've got your tools, and you've prepped everything, we're going to go ahead and take out the engine. Now, this might seem like a daunting task. For me, I would have the ability to use this beautiful engine crane. I just happen to have really well-off parents, so I have everything that you don't have watching this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use the engine crane today, and I'm going to show you guys how you can go ahead and get it out of there without it. Now, sometimes if the engine doesn't want to come out, you might have to take off a little bit more of the exhaust. Really, it's no problem. We're going to have to take this off eventually. I should have just got you guys to do it in the first place. That's my mistake. I mean, we're all entitled to one mistake. That's the one and only one you'll see me make in this episode. I promise you that. So what I went ahead and did is I just went ahead and grabbed the engine, just cradle it like a baby, like a newborn baby, and you're the doctor pulling it out of the womb, all right? And you're just gonna, once you have it in your hands, you're gonna want to carry it over to some form of engine stand. You could use the kickstand from your bicycle. Really, any stand will do. And then you're gonna take your engine and just go ahead and add it. Right there, just like that. Yes, perfect. If you have a crane at home, you could do the same thing, just cradle it like a baby, but with your crane hand. Chains things, those will get the job done just as well. So we're just going to come in here and do a little bit of what I like to call cleanup. You know, just take out all the other little knick-knack patty whacks, give your dog a bone, and we'll call it a day. So I'll just quickly do that, and I'll be back with you guys to take care of some more stuff. Okay, now as you can see here, I left some stuff in because I got a little lazy and just wasn't really feeling taking it out. I kind of just severed some wires and some tubings there. You could take your time, but for the sake of this episode, I'm just going to go ahead and skip those parts and move on to the next. You weren't expecting me to tell you guys how to do things, right? You can figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and take apart the engine. It's pretty straightforward. You just unscrew things and pull stuff off. I don't know the specific order to pull things off, as I have never done this, and I'm not really qualified to be telling others how to be doing this, but if something won't come out, just try to pull another thing off first and go back to that part later. So, you know, just like that, you just put on a little bit of classic rock, a little whatever your tune of choice is, and before you know it, you just pull some things, twist some knobs, and before you know it, you're good to go. On to the next step, which is going to be the foundation. Now, most people say you got to start with foundation, but I like to say those people are wrong. What we're going to do is we're going to do foundation right in the middle, and it's going to work out wonderful, just like the creamy goodness inside your Oreo. So unfortunately, my camera died and I didn't realize. So what I went ahead and did was took out all the body panels. How I did that, unfortunately, you guys can't see because, like I said, my camera died, but I totally did it all by myself. Head on over to the store, maybe try and repair a few pieces by, hitting them with our hammers. Make sure you brought your tools from earlier. And duct tape is also a great tool for fixing things. At any rate, if you can't manage to fix it yourself, you can always just go out like I did and buy it. I just got back from shopping, and I'm ready to put this thing back together. All the body stuff just kind of punches back together like Lego. I didn't think I needed to show you guys how it went back together. You can figure it out, and it's going to be different based off of which car you get. That's why I knew it. I planned ahead. I'm organized. So with your car back in the air, we're going to move on to the next step, which is rebuild. And we are that much closer to being popular. So I thought I'd take a quick break to quickly show you guys how I put together my suspension. Basically, I have this little sweet tool machine here that I just kind of plop it in, and it does the rest for me. Now what you guys are going to want to do at home though is just, all it's doing is really compressing the springs. Just really push down on that spring with whatever you can, maybe put something on it and quickly try and slide the other parts into the spring. Nothing can really go wrong in this process. Don't worry about it. You won't get hurt or anything like that. It's a pretty simple process. I just use the machine to kind of just save myself some time and some effort. Also, if you guys want to recommend a nice rim that I can put on my car, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm just going to use the old rims from my old vehicle, and we'll go with those for today. But if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. So as I said, I'm just going to be using my rims from the Honda Civic that you guys might remember if you were one of my 10 subscribers from my channel 4 years ago. Now, with your engine block on your stand of choice, be sure to make sure it's sturdy again, because you don't want your nice new engine to hit the floor. I can promise you that. And you follow my steps exactly, and you'll know what you're doing. Now, with this mounted on your stand here, it can be quite a daunting task, trying to figure out where all the pieces go and how to get everything back together. This is where a lot of people get intimidated, but I just try and keep my cool and use reasoning and my critical thinking skills to put it back together. Hello, could you guys send me a mechanic over to my dad's shop? Yeah, I got a Miata engine here, and I'm not quite sure how to put it back together. I got it apart, but if you guys could send me someone to help me get it back together, that'd be great. Alright, yeah, I'm located at... And there it is. So, you know, if you need help, don't be afraid to call someone and ask. Not everybody can make it look as easy as me. I obviously didn't need any help, but you know, you at home for your first time, you might need to call someone, ask for a little bit of professional help. Now, once you're done with that, you're going to want to take the engine again by hand if you don't have a crane at home. I'm going to use the crane here just to make my life a little easier, but remember, just cradle it like a newborn baby and everything will be great. Now, if like me, you are fortunate and blessed enough to be able to paint your vehicle, I recommend you guys go ahead and do that. I put too much oil in. It started to overflow a bit. Let me just, oh boy, this is embarrassing. You know, sometimes these kinds of mistakes happen with engines when you're trying to do the, oh boy, it's well over the max line. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna, roll with the punches here. We'll burn some off. It's okay. I didn't build this thing well. It's held together with duct tape and stuff. It's no problem. Now, you're gonna want to paint it a popular color. Now, I don't know about you guys. All the coolest car kids that I know, they have a black car. Now, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. If you have yourself a nice flat black vehicle, you will be popular. I can promise you that. So we're going to go ahead and paint that real quick. No problem. And there you go. It's a nice sunny day today, so we're going to remove this, go for a nice convertible cruise, and show you guys exactly why this car right here is your #1 choice for how to be popular. But as I said, you can be popular with any vehicle. Just get yourself a vehicle, paint it flat black, fix it up as I showed in this step-by-step 100% foolproof tutorial. How to. You won't find a better how-to anywhere else. These secrets are things that popular people just don't want me to tell you, but I'm here telling you this today, because I am definitely one of those kids who is popular, but wants you to be popular too. Before you go, we'll take it for the cruise. I know this racetrack like the back of my hand. So like I said, I've been to the racetrack 100 times. I know it like the back of my hand. Alright, the only reason that I went there is because Siri accidentally misunderstood what I said. I was just using the GPS because I just wanted to know the fastest route there. But like I said, I've been here a bunch of times with my dad. I've been here by myself. I've raced numerous times, okay? So we're here. We got our roll cage and everything. It's a nice racetrack. We should be able to set an under 1 minute time. I'm pretty confident. Okay, that one was not my fault. I didn't have my tires warmed up. They didn't let me warm up my tires properly. So this lap will be a lot better, I promise. Alright, so it was a little over a minute, but like if I had my roof, I could totally do an under minute. I've done it before in a car just like this, so like it wouldn't be the first time. I didn't bring my roof with me, so I can't really show you guys, but you know, you guys take my word for it, right? This was another Harry's How To. I'm your host, Harry Johnson, and I just want to say thank you guys for coming on out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys can be as popular as me with the steps that you saw here in this video today. Give me that thumbs up if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later, alligator.
Make sure you hit that like button, because if you guys hit the like button for me, lots of good things happen, okay? And we can grow and do giveaways and like subscribe and all that good stuff, okay? Take it easy.